Cool.
That's our dog.
Barracuda.
All right.
She's talkative one.
See how this works.
Hopefully it'll be
Yeah.
a
Hey.
little bit better. All right. Definitely looks like nighttime over here compared to where you are, because it is in New York nighttime now.
Yeah.
Do you want to be part of this interview? You should show. Look at her. She's like, come on, I want to be part of it too. All right, fine. You can sit up here too.
Yeah.
All right, I'm all out.
I'm actually used to dogs.
Oh, good. She's a friendly one. She just wants to be part of the action.
She just wants to chew my hands.
Yeah. So how's it going, Mike?
Yeah. I actually, about 15 minutes ago, I actually just got home from work.
Okay.
So it's just been a little busy, but besides
Yeah.
that, busy.
Yeah.
Well, you look great though. You handled it like a champ.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're not the ones interviewing you.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah.
You're the one asking us questions.
I'm actually open to being asked questions.
All right, cool.
Okay.
What's your favorite color?
I would say one of them would be blue.
Nice.
Mine too.
I like blue as well, as you can see.
And maroon.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Well, I feel like we know everything about each other now.
Yeah. So this is like for the people that might not know about the band, just kind of give like a little short bio.
Sure.
All right, cool.
Yeah, no problem.
Go for it.
So our band is called Fort Vine, and we started the band in New York City about how long ago? 11 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, in 2011.
Started a while
2012.
ago, and we were gigging in New York City a bunch. We had a bass player and a drummer, and Nina played keys, and I played electric guitar. So that was the start of our band, was in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, we left New York City, and now we travel around in our Sprinter van that we converted into a little camper with Kuda, our dog, and our cat Oakley, and we travel around we just travel around the country playing gigs and playing music, and that's how we make a living now.
Mm-hmm. So that's Fort Vine. Oh, and did you already say that it was named after a tree fort? So we named our band after a tree fort that we built. When I first moved to New York City, Trevor was like one of the first people I met. I moved into his apartment, and Kuda's being so cute. And we built a tree fort together. That was like one of the first things that we did, and we became like instant best friends. And now fast forward a decade, and we're married. We just got married this past July. Crazy. Time flies. Yep. So that's like kind of a short-ish,
yeah, short and precise
synopsis of Fort Vine.
So I'm actually really curious what made you guys want to live in the in Gypsy Bungalow.
Nice. That's our van.
That's her name. Well, I'll take this one.
Yeah, go for it.
So we were living in New York City, and we were working a job at a really nice restaurant. And it was enough to pay the bills and save a little bit of money, but it felt like it wasn't really our dream. We were playing music in New York City, but not full-time. You know what I mean? So we wanted music to be full-time. And in order to make that happen, we knew we needed to get on the road, and we needed to tour and play shows outside of New York City. And the best way to do that was to buy Gypsy Bungalow and convert her into a home on wheels, so that whenever we played a show in anywhere, we would always have a place to rest at night and not spend a lot of money on hotels. So it was kind of a means to an end.
Yeah.
That's the reason why we decided to do it, was so that we could tour full time. And we loved it so much that we were like, let's just keep doing this. It's really fun. So
it feels like a lot of bands start that way, or at least like something very similar.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a good way to start making all your money from your music because
Yeah.
Yeah.
our living expenses are very small.
Compared to what they were in New York City.
Right.
Right, like we don't have to pay rent because we were able to buy our van outright, and so we pretty much our expenses are repair work on the van and diesel, gas, and
Our van just broke
food.
down recently
Yeah.
for the very first
Yeah,
time. And thank goodness we have good car insurance because the tow didn't cost us anything. But the new part that we had to put in her, the alternator, was like $2,000. So repairs on that Mercedes Benz are pretty expensive. But
Yeah.
hey,
oh, now she's gonna start talking to us.
oh,
Come here then. Come up here.
we're gonna get her treat. Where are her treats?
Right here. I came prepared.
She's a talkative one.
All right, sit. Girl. All right, next question, please. I'm just gonna feed Kuda some treats down here off camera. Good girl.
So I did see one of the it was like a quick tour of the van, and it's you said that you record in there. So what's it like?
Yeah.
So what's it like being able to record in a place like that?
It's both fun and frustrating, I guess, because when we're camping and we're recording, we have to deal with Kuda barking and being loud. So we have to find like the magic moment where Kuda is sleepy and is just kind of laying down, and there's not a lot of noise outside. Depending on if we're camped next to like a highway, we can't record.
Yeah.
And then
Or if an airplane.
yeah, our cat, our cat makes noise. Actually, on the first single we released off of our next album that's coming out probably this winter, there you can hear our cat meowing on Land of the Gemstones, and then on Now Is the Time, which is the other single we released, you can hear Kuda barking in the background. So they're gonna be all over this album.
Yep.
But yeah, as far as recording in the van goes, it sounds great in there. Like it's like a little vocal booth because it's all made out of wood and it's pretty dry sounding. So yeah, the whole album's going to be recorded in there, which would be interesting
Yeah.
to say and to complete.
Yep. It does have its limitations, though, like Trevor said, because we have to charge our laptop, which makes noise. So because it's all within the same space, there's no like isolation booth from where the microphone is to where the computer is. We have to make sure that the computer fan doesn't turn on, or we have to like charge it. We have to have our solar battery generator turned on
Yeah.
in order
Did
for
you
the
say we have
AC
to turn off the fridge?
Yeah, we have to turn
Turn
off
off
the
the
fridge
because it turns on like in the middle of a vocal take. It's like.
Yeah, and we're like, dang it. So it does have its own limitations, but it's what we've got.
It'll
so.
probably be the one and only album we record in Gypsy Bungalow.
Probably. All right, Kuda, sit down. Sit down.
So kind of like those were the main questions that I wanted to ask.
Uh-huh.
But
Sweet.
so actually, what is it like? Like, what is it like being able to travel on Gypsy Bungalow and being able to kind of like being more open and not being so limited with other things?
It's liberating.
It's
Yeah.
it's very amazing. Like we're on the road touring and playing shows for spring, summer, and fall usually, and then in the winter we go to Arizona and we sort of find places to camp in the desert, and it's incredible out there. So we're just writing music, making campfires, doing yoga, meditating, all that fun stuff, and that's
Yep.
kind of like our downtime. And then once the spring hits up, then we're back out on the road. And then depending on where we're traveling, we'll take little detours. Like if we have a few days off, we'll go to the Redwood Forest, or we'll go see a national park somewhere. So it's amazing compared to what we were doing in New York City, which was like working at a very stressful French restaurant and like barely getting by and like gigging once or twice a month, and just kind of not really thriving. But now I feel like we're doing that. So
Yeah.
That I know New York can be expensive.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very expensive.
Definitely.
It's the same thing here in LA.
Hmm.
Yep. LA is very similar in terms of rent.
Yeah, and you have to have like a car
Yeah.
in Los
It's
Angeles.
almost more expensive on that
So yeah, I feel like it's
front.
more expensive. Yeah. But do you like LA? Do you want to get out of
Yeah.
LA? Like, where are you at? Are
No.
you like ready to move
You gonna get a van?
down by the river?
Uh,
You can follow us along our tour
yeah.
route all
Yeah.
across the country.
So I'm actually north of like the LA. So it's in the Santa Clarita area. So it's
Okay.
just so it's just outside of LA.
Is it still expensive?
There definitely are some parts that are more expensive than others, but it definitely is more affordable than LA.
Well, that's good.
Hmm.
We're hoping to come through there. I know you mentioned like when are you coming through Los Angeles
Yeah.
area? It'll be like the second or third week of March
Yeah.
2022. So hopefully we'll be able to see you live and in person,
Yeah.
not just on Zoom.
I'm just seeing my face on this interview right now. It looks like I'm stoned, but I'm not stoned. I'm getting over a
For the
cold,
record.
so my eyes are like half shut, and I'm just kind of like a little drowsy right now.
Yeah, so Trevor does kettlebell exercises and it was cold outside, so he did them in the garage, which is downstairs from where
Yeah,
we
I
are
think I
now.
breathed in some bad dust or
Dust
something. I don't
and
know.
mold spores, so he has like a sinus infection.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's not the Roni pony. Don't worry.
it might be. Watch out, Dinah.
No, it's not. It's not. It's called sinus infection.
I like how you called it
via
Roni Pony. Did you just
garage
make that up?
dust. No, I heard that in another interview because apparently they censor it if you say the actual word
Oh,
and
funny.
try to post it on YouTube. So we're safe.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Plus, Roni Pony just sounds funny to me. Kuda, this is not your interview. This is our interview.
Don't give her the whole treat.
Okay, I'm not gonna give her the whole
Just crack it. Yeah, make it last.
Make it last. She's gonna be really overweight if we keep doing this. Why are these so hard to break? Okay.
So we're at my mom's right now in New York. We're kind of camped out here for a month, and so I've got the whole van. Like, it looks like a bomb went off in there
There's
of like
instruments
musical instruments.
everywhere.
So I'm getting deep into recording some new tracks, which is nice. And that's going well because
Yeah.
Kuda and Oakley, we're in my dad's studio. My father was a sculptor. So we've kind of moved in here so that I can have the whole van to record in. And so no distractions, and it's going really well.
Minus the head cold.
Minus that. But I'm getting better.
Yeah. One day, it was literally, he like started feeling sick yesterday and he's like doing much better today. Thank goodness. We gotta have these vocal cords for our next show in like 2 days.
2 days.
2 more days. Send him some good energy so he heals really quickly.
So was there anything else you wanted to ask us, Mike?
Those were like the main questions, but I'm open to being asked questions.
All right, I have one for you. What was the first vinyl record that you purchased?
I would say the one that I can remember buying with my own money was, I think, it might have been Foo Fighters, the Waiting Light album.
Nice.
Nice.
That's awesome. That's pretty great.
Which was recorded at Dave Grohl's garage.
Oh, sweet.
So instead of having
See?
Wow, humble beginnings.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
gives me a lot of hope for our van album,
Yeah.
actually.
well, like I know the Foo Fighters are used to being in like a full-on studio,
Hmm.
but they just decide to change it up and record in the garage.
That's great.
That's awesome. Back to their roots. I bet they started practicing in a garage.
Yeah.
That's what we did. Well, many different garages.
Yeah. Do you have anything else you want to ask us?
Um, oh, so this kind of relates on how I found about you guys,
Mm-hmm.
which was actually Matt's over at a Too Many Records.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Shout out to Matt.
Shout out to Matt. He's the best.
So, what made you want to get your albums pressed, or at least released onto a vinyl?
Matt. Matt
Yeah.
made us want to.
Matt was a friend in New York City when we lived there. I think my brother Wesley was friends with him, and that's how I got to know Matt. And I think Matt was pursuing acting in the city.
Mm-hmm.
And he always had a love for vinyl, which his father has a huge collection. So he probably got it from his father, I'm guessing. But after he decided to leave New York, I believe he went to L.A., right?
Mhm.
And that's when
Yeah.
his
From there,
whole
yeah.
Too Many Records got started.
Mm-hmm.
But he had inspired us to reach out to this company. What were they called?
Feed bands.
Feed bands.
Mm-hmm.
And so independent artists that are unsigned will submit their music to feed bands, and then the members will vote on, what album they'd like to get pressed, and then the members, whatever album gets the most votes, gets mailed out to all the members every month. So it's like a monthly subscription,
Yeah.
which is kind of sweet. So we lucked out and got selected to be one of the bands. So that was our first pressing, and Matt was really the one that
He
pushed us
helped us
to do it, because
do
I was
that whole
like,
process.
we'll never get chosen. This is
Yeah,
he's
and
like,
he was
no,
like, no, your
do
music's
it,
great.
do it.
You
It'll
should
be
do
good.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
So-
been like what did we in his last live video that we were present, we were like,
He's
you're
an
our
analog daddy.
analog daddy. Analog daddy. He's our vinyl guru,
Yeah.
analog daddy.
And then when he finally got his YouTube channel up,
And started
were
his
we
own curation.
Too Many
label.
Records first final?
Yeah, we
We
were.
were,
That
the
was
first
Stay
one.
Magical.
So
Yep.
he put that all together and helped us figure out how
Mhm.
to press that to vinyl.
And then
which
with
is,
Primordial Mirror of Cosmic Reflection, he helped us with that too.
yeah. So Matt is our gateway to vinyl world.
Yeah, he's
Without
the
him, we
best.
probably wouldn't have.
It's true. I don't think we would have done it because it's really expensive to press vinyl on your own. And we really have a lot to thank Matt for, because he's been so supportive of us and sharing our music with his audience. So I don't think it would have been possible for us to sell that many vinyl records without his help. So I don't even know if we would have tried
I bet we could have.
pressing it. We couldn't have done it without you, Matt.
It's true.
Anyway, if Matt watches this, we love you, Matt.
Now we could do it without you, Matt.
No, I don't think
Just
so.
kidding.
Oops. All right, any more questions?
So this was one question that I randomly thought of earlier today. But this is just kind of a fun question, but where do you see
No
yourself?
fun questions allowed. I'm just kidding. Go for it.
So with wherever like the music like road takes you, like where do you see yourself in like 5 years?
Oh, that's a great question.
That's a really fun question. I love that one.
Well,
Go
go
for
ahead.
it,
No, you
Trev.
should go,
No,
because
you
this
should
is
do
your
it.
whole.
You should do it.
No,
No, you should do it.
So
What's our 5-year plan, Trevor?
now I feel like I better say the right thing. I mean, the goal is in the next few years is to have property and build a house, and we want to start having children, and we want Kuda to have puppies, and we want to live off the grid, and have a garden. So that's the real goal. But I'm not sure if that's probably within 5 years.
Yeah.
We're
I
saving
hope
up
so.
our pennies and nickels and dimes. And
Yeah.
we're putting it away for property and to build
And
a
we're
house.
hoping that music will be able to fund that whole endeavor. But we're being realistic about that as well, because buying land and building a house is a very expensive thing to do.
Yeah.
And having babies too can be expensive. But once we have the land, we want to use that as home base so that we can still tour, and we're definitely keeping Gypsy Bungalow and we would love to continue touring around the
Mhm.
United States. We just might not do it full time like we have
Yeah.
been doing it. We might keep it like a seasonal thing.
Yeah.
And I want to get an album recorded every year. That's my goal. Although this one kind of
Yeah.
got pushed back a little bit because of
You know,
our touring schedule,
and
and it's hard to find time to record. But
yeah, or even when we do
So-
find time to record, sometimes it's not quiet enough because we're in the
Yeah.
van and all that. It's not the most ideal,
Yeah.
but it's fun. It's cool to say like we recorded this album in our van. So
Yeah.
yeah, it might take a little longer to complete, but it's in the works.
Yeah. I'm not sure where I'll be exactly in the next like 5 years, but I know somehow music will always be involved.
Nice. Sweet.
Same
I
for
like
us.
that answer. Yeah,
Yeah.
ditto. That's awesome.
music is the best thing.
Yeah, it is.
So I'm not sure if there's any like things like any other things that you might want to bring up.
Um,
When are you going to be posting this, Mike?
It actually probably shortly after like like after we're done.
Nice.
Oh,
All right,
sweet.
sweet. I didn't know how like current like if we had anything to announce that's current, I wouldn't
No.
want it to be posted after the fact.
Oh, true.
But
Yeah.
Well, I guess one thing I want to say is just keep an eye out for our new music and our 2 singles that are out right now, Land of the Gemstones and Now Is the Time.
Yes, let's go.
Oh,
Three
three singles.
singles!
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, Land of the Gemstones is about us spending the winter in the desert in Arizona near Quartzsite and
Mhm.
how we got engaged under the stars.
In the dust.
Yeah, and Now Is the Time is about how we think this new age that we're coming into is it's time to develop your spirit and to be in touch with your inner voice.
No time like the present.
And so now is the time to follow your mind and get in touch with that. And then Sizzle and Skillet is about eating dinner in the van
Out of a skillet.
out of a skillet.
And there's a really fun music video that
And
goes
that
with
one's just kind of exactly about just that. So
Yeah. lighthearted fun.
yeah, so you can check those out. They're on Spotify, iTunes,
And the music video is on YouTube.
everywhere. Yeah. So we have a music video for Sizzle and Skillet that we
Yeah.
filmed. That's really fun.
Lake Cushman in
Yeah.
Washington State.
Our website is fortvine.com, and it's on the front homepage there, so you can check it out.
Yeah, and if you want to follow us on the grams, it's just at Fort Vine. What, Kuda?
There. And Kuda wants
She's
to
like,
say
"Meow, meow."
hello.
Are you saying hello? She's looking at me like, yeah. Can't you understand, dog?
Is there anything else you want to say? We're going to be touring from
yeah.
New York to Texas to Arizona in December. Then we'll be in Arizona for most of the winter, and then
And then in the spring, we'll be headed up the West Coast.
Yep.
And who
So-
knows after that? Maybe we'll be looking for some
Yeah.
land to buy. If anyone watching this has land for sale and they want us to live on it, we'll buy your land. Just reach out to us. I'm serious.
Kuda agrees.
Kuda agrees too. Can you hear her?
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah.
Kuda, you're being
Yeah.
a little loud, girlfriend.
I'm actually used to having dogs. So I'm actually used to like the barking and growling.
Okay, well, that's good.
Do you have dogs at your house?
Well, with where I'm at, the only way I can have dogs is if it's like if it's certified for like if it's for
Service dog?
yeah.
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 But besides that, I don't have a dog here. But I actually have a dog at my parents' house.
Nice. What kind of dog?
It's a mix, so it's a Jack Russell Terrier and a Chihuahua.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
wow, that thing probably barks a lot.
And it has a lot of energy, I bet. Yeah. Barracuda, we adopted her. She was found on one of the Indian reservations in Arizona. And we adopted her in April of 2020 when everything was at the height of lockdown and our tour got canceled and we weren't going anywhere. So we were like, let's get a puppy. And so we don't know what kind of dog she is. We get asked that a lot, but we think, just by the looks of her, that she's got some cattle dog in her and maybe some like a miniature German Shepherd, an Australian Shepherd. She's pretty small. She's only like 33 pounds. But
Is miniature
a-
German Shepherd a real thing?
listen. Yeah, she's a miniature German Shepherd, Australian Shepherd, Australian Kelpie, cattle dog, perfect.
You heard it
cute,
from Nina.
cute puppy. Okay, Kuda. Okay. Good girl. I put a treat on my knee and I told her to wait. So she was just sitting there staring at me for the whole time that I was explaining what kind of dog she is.
Here you go.
And then I finally said okay and she just
Sit.
ate the treat.
Wait. Wait.
Anyway,
Well, thanks for having us on this interview.
yeah,
It,
this was fun, Mike.
it actually was fun. So I'm not sure how many, like what, like the future holds for these types of videos, but I like whatever happens, I know it'll be something that I'll look forward to.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I hope you do a lot more.
So I think that concludes the like the video.
Great.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Great.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So I'll actually link the website and Instagram handles below.
Oh, great. Yeah, that'd be
Perfect.
awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So it actually was nice. So it actually was nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you too, Mike.
Yeah.
Sorry our dog kept barking. And sorry she's still talking right now. You can hear her.
Yeah.
Do you want to
All
see
right,
Mike?
Kuda. Okay.
Come up here.
Kuda, look, here's a treat.
Let's go. You can see Mike. Alright, up.
Oh, there she is. All right, good girl. Say goodbye, Kuda. There's
Bye,
no more
bye,
treats in
Kuda.
there.
We don't have any more treats for you. We gave you all of them.
Bye.
Bye, Mike.
All right, Mike. Thanks for having us for this
Yeah.
interview.
Yeah, it was great chatting with you.
Yeah.
We'll talk
Yeah.
soon.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.